Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your Sunday. We also have your boredom busters coming up. But first, our top story. Authorities in Brandon arrested 3 teenagers in connection with an early morning break-in at a vape shop that led to a crash damaging a gas line. Police say the break-in happened just before 2 a.m. at High-End Glass and Tobacco. But when officers arrived at the scene, the teens took off in a car that crashed into the gas line located at Holly and Sioux Boulevards. The teens ran off, and 3 of them were later caught at a gas station near Interstate 90. 2 of the suspects are 15 years old. The other is 16. They're charged with third-degree burglary and intentional damage to property. Police were still looking for 2 other people connected to that break-in. Now, a crew from Mid-American Energy shut off the gas line. Police say there was no danger to the public from the damaged line and that no evacuations were necessary. A driver is facing several charges following a weekend pursuit that began in Lincoln County. Authorities say a Lincoln County deputy attempted to stop a pickup that was called in as a suspected drunk driver early Saturday morning. The sheriff's department says the driver did not stop and led the deputy on a pursuit that ended south of Wall Lake. The driver was arrested for eluding and a 3rd DUI, which is a felony. A business deal finalized last week is deepening the pool of truckers in South Dakota. K&J Trucking in Sioux Falls is purchasing Sioux City-based Midwest Continental. The deal means K&J will take over Midwest Continental's 24 drivers as well as its fleet of 25 trucks. K&J says it's important for smaller family-run businesses to grow in order to stay competitive in an industry where drivers are in such high demand.
And so if you're not growing, you're not going to stay in the front of your customers' eyes. If you can't supply them with enough trucks and drivers, then they're going to go on to the next company that can.
Consolidation has been a trend in the trucking industry in recent years, but such buyouts are expected to decrease nationwide as interest rates keep rising. Well, our time change this morning means it will be getting darker earlier from now on, and that means less daylight for South Dakota farmers who've been working around the clock to get their crop in. Farmers have to work even faster this season because the crops have matured earlier due to the dry conditions. For tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Ariana Schumacher takes us into the fields to find out about the challenges farmers face combining long after the sun sets. Be sure to watch tonight at 10. Well, let's take our first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Rutten in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. It has been a nice start to the day out there. Some beautiful sunrises across KELOLAND. And while it has been too cold, it has been windy at times. Outside we go. This is a view from our downtown camera. 43, a westerly wind at 10 miles per hour. Some high-level cloud cover out there, but really we're getting a little nitpicky in terms of whether this was a good start to the day or not, at least in that regard. 40 Huron, 36 at the capital, 38 in Aberdeen, 36 also in Watertown, 27 though in Phillip, 32 Spearfish, 37 in Rapid City. 10 cooler though if you head up north into Buffalo. But there is that wind which is going to make its presence known for the day. Sustained winds this morning at 10 to 20 miles per hour. We'll likely see gusts that far exceed that later this afternoon. Wind advisory in effect through the evening. We could see gusts exceeding 50 miles per hour at times in the northern half of South Dakota. We also have fire weather concerns as well. We'll talk about that and your 7-day forecast, which features an interesting midweek outlook coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. Well, a new museum exhibit reflects the lasting hold that KELOLAND's Captain 11 program and its longtime host had on multiple generations of kids and the young at heart as well. The TV set from the Captain 11 show is the centerpiece of a display that opens today at the South Dakota Cultural Heritage Center in Pierre. The blue jumpsuit, officer's cap, and black belt that Dave Dedrick wore on the set of Captain 11 were already part of the center's permanent exhibit.
At the time that Dave Dedrick retired, this was the longest running children's show in America at 41 seasons.
Admission to the museum is free for South Dakota residents. The Great and the Small exhibit will run through next May. Palisade Lutheran Church in Garrettson is hosting a Harvest Fest along with basket and bucket drawings. They'll be serving scalloped potatoes and ham, salads, homemade bars from 11:30 to 1:30. The cost is a free will donation. Purchase $1 tickets for a chance to win a basket or a bucket. Drawings are at 1 o'clock. You need not be present to win. Harvest Fest is a fundraiser for the Rock County Food Shelf and Church on the Street. A vendor fair and bake sale is a fundraiser for Wings of Valor, a nonprofit that provides hunting opportunities for disabled veterans. It's taking place from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Sanford Wellness Center in Sioux Falls. The event also includes a book and puzzle sale. American Legion Post 15 in Sioux Falls is serving an all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. Serving time goes from 8:30 to noon at the South Dakota Military Heritage Alliance. The cost is $7 and $2 for children. Proceeds go to Boys State and Legion Baseball. East Nidaros Lutheran Church south of Baltic is hosting a soup supper from 4:30 to 6. They'll be serving a variety of soups, breads, and fall desserts. The cost is a free will donation with proceeds going to the church's fuel fund. The First United Methodist Church in Sioux Falls is hosting a turkey dinner and country store from 10:45 a.m. to 1:45 p.m. The cost is $15, free for ages 4 and under. You're invited to dine in or take out. It's a fundraiser for youth missions. Adam?
Well, we're going to be keeping an eye on the anemometer as we head through the day, as wind advisories will be in place for the northern half of South Dakota and then from Marshall points north in Minnesota. You can see those gusts exceeding 50 miles per hour. That combined with the fact that it has been very dry, we're going to have a dry air mass and even drier vegetation in place. That's going to set the stage for elevated fire weather concerns. A red flag warning will be in effect for central and eastern KELOLAND. Please be careful with any outdoor heat sources that you may have in place. Satellite and radar is going to stay very quiet for really much of the day, as we don't have much going on due to high pressure remaining very much in control across the region. Even as we zoom out a little bit more, we can see we do at least have a little bit of moisture out there. It's in North Dakota, but it's still present all the same. Now we get our turn as we head later into next week. Here is Sunday night into Monday morning. I could see a couple of little isolated rain and snow showers early in the day before we get ready for a Tuesday, which will have our chance for some rain and even a couple of thunderstorms in eastern and southeastern KELOLAND. So keep that in mind as you head to the polls on Election Day Tuesday. From there, we watch Wednesday into Thursday as we have our next wave, which develops out west and then moves eastward. On top of the fact that we are going to have a lot of moisture to work with, we're going to have a lot of cold air coming in on the backside of the system. So any rain may potentially switch over to some snow. A lot of moving parts with that Thursday into Friday outlook, so please keep an eye out for future updates as we smooth out the details. But just know that there is change on the way that we're going to have to watch very, very carefully. High temperatures are then going to really take a hit as we head into the second half of November, with near to below average temperatures expected to win out. Highs today in the 40s and 50s. It will be a windy day today with overnight low temperatures falling into the 20s and a couple of teens for good measure. From there, we'll watch as we introduce that chance for rain going into Tuesday and Wednesday. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. And on top of that, we are going to be looking at a lot of cold air by the end of the week. So keep an eye out for updates. It's going to be a very interesting 7-day forecast. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.